Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth, also known as Bemmy's Bookshelf, and today I'm going to be reading the highest and lowest rated books on my TBR. Well, not today, I'm not going to be reading both of them today, but you get the idea. I'm really excited to film this video. I've seen Sarah Caroli do this, I've seen a couple other booktubers do this, and I've always wanted to do it, so let's get into choosing our books. So what I've done is I've added pretty much maybe 90% of my physical TBR to my Goodreads. There's some books on here which I just couldn't be bothered to add because I couldn't find them straight away when I typed them in, so I was like, it's not going to make much difference. So basically what I'm going to do is go on my profile and then go on to my want to read list. I don't think I want to know what my highest rated book is yet because I think I'm going to read the lowest rated book first. I think that will be a fun thing to do, so I'm just going to quickly reverse it as you would have seen, and then I'm going to go on to average rating. Okay, so I've just reversed it. I did just see the highest rated book, but by the time we get to it, it might change, so don't get your hopes up. Actually, you know what, I'm going to blur that out so that you can't see it. If I can, if I know how to do it, if I've blurred it out, I've blurred it out. If I don't know how to do it, I don't know what I'm talking about. Basically, we've got our lowest rated book, and I feel like it's not very fair because it's only got 144 ratings because it's by a small author, so I don't know if it's fair to do that. Actually, no, we will do this one. It's called Bookishly Ever After by Mia Page. I have actually got it right here. I was actually sent this one and I got tabs that match as well. This is a very new book in my collection. It's called Bookishly Ever After by Mia Page, and I will read to you what it's about. Bookshop owner Lexi Austin's problems are stacking up. Her dating life is a mess, and Sam Dickens, devastatingly handsome, arrogant and fiercely competitive rival bookshop owner, is a hell-bent on stealing all of her customers. Frustrated, Lexi turns to her shelves for answers. And what have the classics taught her? There's no distraction quite like love. This sounds just like a cute little romance. The font's quite big. It's not a massive book. So I actually am excited to read this. Like I said, it's new in my collection. A charming enemies to lovers rom-com, perfect for fans of Emily Henry's Book Lovers and Sally Thorne's The Hating Game. That's good. I'm excited. Let's get into a reading. Page 7 thoughts. I didn't pick up on this when reading the blurb, but this is very cheesy. One of the bookshop owners is called Lexi Austin and the other one's called Sam Dickens. It's giving Elizabeth Bennet. If you know, you know. That's kind of all I had to say, actually. Also struggling to understand, because I was thinking just then, you know she's a British author, but Lexi is in America, in DC, and she just called maths, but in America they call maths, math. I don't know if I've missed that the girl in the book is actually British and she moved to America, or if that's just an author mistake. That was the most uninteresting discussion about a book I've ever had in my life. I've just had my question answered on page 11. She is from America, but she has lived in London her whole life. I haven't read for a couple days. I am on page 81 of Bookishly Ever After. I am enjoying it, but not my favourite, although I don't think it's the book's fault. The issue is that I have been reading thrillers and romanticies non-stop, so going into something like this is kind of like a bit of a shell shock for me. But I am enjoying it. There's nothing I dislike about it so far, except for the fact that she talks about being from the UK. You know, since I said I don't even know if she's from the UK, the amount of time she's now talked about being from the UK and moving to America and all of like the differences is like starting to irk me a little bit. It's okay, I'm going to carry on reading now. It's like 10 o'clock at night and I like to go to sleep at 11, so I'm going to put a YouTube video on my TV. I'm going to finish reading this. I am not going to finish reading that, but I'm going to continue reading this book, and then hopefully we make some progress and then I can finish it and get onto the 5-star read. Okay, there is actually something that I need to point out. She's called Lexi Austen, and the amount of Jane Austen references that she's already made in this book, oh, it's just really predictable and like a bit much. I know it's intentional. He's also called Sam Dickens. I don't even know if I touched on this already, but every time she says Jane Austen in this book, I'm a bit like, oh my god, I'm bored of it now. It's giving 2.53 star at the moment, but I'm only on page 85, so I'm not going to be one to judge. I feel like, you know what I feel like? That I want to do this challenge, but where somebody else finds the lowest and highest rated books on my TBR, so that I don't already go into it thinking this is a low rated book, so that I don't know. I think that would probably be a good idea, so I might do this again, but without knowing which one is the highest and which one's the lowest. I'll just get my mum or a friend to pick the two books. Reactions to this book as much as I usually do, because there wasn't really any reactions. I finished Bookishly Ever After by Mia Page. Oh god, guys, I didn't like it at all. I'm gonna give it 2 stars because I don't ever give books 1 star unless I'm DNFing them, and I got through this whole thing somehow. If the main character Lexi in this brings up that she's a Brit living in America one more time, oh my god, and I am British, and the way she talks about being British is excruciating. She literally described, this is an actual sentence in the book, my British yellowing teeth. When I read that, I was literally like, what is British about your yellowing teeth? Apart from the DNA? Also, the obsession she has with Jane Austen is honestly painful. I never want to read the words Jane and Austen next to each other again in my life. She was saying Jane Austen's name every other page. At least every other page. Jane Austen references, Jane Austen this, Jane Austen that, Jane. Oh my god, it drove me nuts. This was a painful read. Oh, and I feel so bad. I really hate giving books low ratings. I think this is a debut novel as well, but it was just painful. I was bored. I think if I read this maybe at a different time, I would have enjoyed it a bit more, maybe. Because I have seen that she does have quite a lot of 4 and 5 star reviews on this book. There's also quite a lot of 1 and 2 star reviews, but nevertheless, there is still quite a lot of 4 and 5 star reviews. So people do like it. I am just not one of those people, unfortunately. I think if you like a kind of, I don't really know, to be honest. I can't really explain what this book is about apart from 2 bookstore owners running their bookstore. That is literally the extent to this book. Bookstore. No plot, no nothing. Bookstore, Jane Austen, British. That's the 3 things. You could make like a Venn diagram and it would just be those 3 things. Anyway, so that is Bookishly Never After by Mia Page. I'm giving this 2 stars for now. I might change my rating, but for now it's 2 stars. I probably wouldn't recommend this book, but if you are after something maybe easy, and if you don't mind insufferable main characters, then give it a go. Hi honeys, it's been a few days and I obviously finished Bookishly Ever After, as you saw, and then it was time for me to choose my highest rated read, which is what I was most excited for. It's been a few days and I literally could not wait any longer to choose my highest rated read. I was so excited to see what the book was going to be, but I didn't have my camera with me last night and I couldn't film on my phone because I needed to film the screen recording on my phone, so I just decided to look at the book anyway. I did screen record, so I'll put that here. As you can see, because I literally could not wait to start this book. As you can see, it's A Court of Mist and Fury. Nothing else was going to be the highest rated book on my TBR apart from Miss Sarah J Maas, let's be honest. I think there was like Fourth Wing and a couple other books on there that I thought possibly could have been one of the highest rated books on my TBR. So excited. I am actually on page 25, chapter 3. So I did start it last night briefly because I just wanted to just get into it. I wanted a book to read. Obviously I only got 25 pages in, but I'm loving it so far, of course. I loved A Court of Thorns and Roses, but I did give that 4 stars. I've heard this one is so much better because it's heavily Rhysand focused, which I'm very excited for, but I'm in work at the moment on my lunch break, so I'm going to read this for about half an hour and then I'll read more later on. I'm hoping to get through this quickly, but I have a really horrible intuition that I'm going to be reading this for the rest of the month. It's the 21st right now, or the 20th, and I've read 5 books this month. I wanted to read at least 8, but if I'm reading this for the rest of the month, obviously I won't, so I've got like 10 days. I reckon I can finish this in 5. That's like 100 pages a day. I think I can do that. I believe in myself. I'm very excited, and I am excited to bring you on my little ACOMAF journey. I was hoping to read this whole book over the weekend. It's now Tuesday because it was bank holiday, but I only got this much in because I didn't think I had plans, but it turns out I had plans. I'm on page 182, chapter 17. I'm loving it so much, and I'm loving it so much more than the first book as well. I love Rhys. I think that's why I just absolutely love Rhys. I'm starting to understand now why people aren't a huge fan of Tamlin. He hasn't done anything like, you know, murderous or anything like that, but he's been a bit of a knob. So I'm starting to understand. I'm so happy to be reading this. Yesterday actually, I purchased A Court of Wings and Ruins, so you never know, I might want to go straight into that book after this one. I'm enjoying this. I'm going to read for a bit now before work, and hopefully I can get a little chunk through. I've got about half an hour, so hopefully I can get a little chunk through. It's very optimistic for me to say that I really want to finish this today. I don't think I'm going to, but maybe. Rhys is so down bad for Feyre. He's winking at her. He's smirking at her. Ignoring the brush with steady hands on my thighs. Frenchy kisses with my Frenchie. Over there. In all of the vlogs, TikToks, everything that I've heard about ACOTAR, I've never once heard more mentioned, but the friendship between her and Feyre is just incredible. I'm only kind of touching the surface with it at the moment, but I just love their friendship and it makes me really nervous that I just don't see her mentioned. But I just want to read you out something that Feyre's just said to More. She's talking about her sisters. I'd like my sisters to meet you, maybe not today, but if you ever felt like it. I want them to hear your story and know that there is a special strength in enduring such dark trials and hardships and still remaining warm and kind, still willing to trust and reach out. I thought that was really sweet. I'm nervous now. Give a shout down the bond if you get anything accomplished before breakfast, Rhys says. What, literally shout at the tattoo, Feyre says. You could try rubbing it on certain body parts and I might come faster. Turns out I've been able to read so much more this morning than I thought. I don't want this book to end. I know earlier I said that I'm really hoping I get it finished today, but you know when you really want to get a book finished just for the accomplishment of finishing a book, but you don't want the book to end? That's literally how I feel about this. I love this book so much. Like, I understand. When I read ACOTAR, I didn't fully understand the hype of the hype. I liked it. I think I only gave it 4 stars, which is still obviously a high rating, but when you're comparing it to something that people live, breathe and die this book, you know, and well, this series. So to give it 4 stars is like, why isn't it 5 stars? Everybody loves this. But then again, that is the first book in a series, and a lot of the first books in series are probably not the best ones because it's the first book. The author's world building quite a lot. I'm literally rambling now. Shh. This one, I think it's just because I love Rhys so much. I know I said that already, but I love Rhys. Absolutely love him. Like, I just understand now. Like, I get it. And I'm excited. I've I've underlined quite a lot, and I'm excited to go back and tab everything. I just need to keep a pen on me now because I was reading a few chapters. Actually, there's like a whole chunk of book where I didn't have a pen, so I've just not got anything. So I'm gonna have to do a reread. I'm so glad. I'm on page 301. Chapter 31. I reckon if I'm not halfway, I'm probably about 45% through. But I have a feeling I'm halfway. How many pages actually is this book? Oh my god, I hate doing this. I don't want to see what it says. Oh my god, oh, that's cool. Ah! Wait. Oh no, that's the acknowledgements. Hang on. Ah, there's 69 chapters, what the heck? There's 624 pages. Oh, so I am probably about 40, 45, 48% through. I don't know what page I started on today. Can I get all of this done this evening? Probably not, but I can give it a good old go. And if I don't finish it this evening, I can definitely finish it tomorrow, and I'm so excited. I don't know whether I will go straight onto A Court of Wings and Ruin. Obviously, that's not the point of this video, so you won't see me read that, but so far, the highest rated book on my physical TBR is a win. Is an absolute win. So, the people of Goodreads, you know what you're talking about. Rhys has just said to Feyre, I'm thinking, he said, following the flick of my tongue over the bottom of my lip, that I look at you and feel like I'm dying, like I can't breathe. I'm thinking that I want you so badly I can't concentrate half the time I'm around you, and this room is too small for me to properly bed you, especially with the wings. And Feyre says, I'm thinking that I can't stop thinking about you, and it's been that way for a long while, even if before I left the spring court, and maybe that's what makes me traitorous, lying piece of trash. BRB. 22nd of September. I have been filming this video for so long because one of the books in this video took me the longest time to get through in a bad way, and one of these books in this video took me the longest time to get through in the absolute best way in the world. And of course that one was A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas. This was the highest rated on my TBR, and for good bloody reason. I rated this 5 stars. You know what, I actually, as soon as I finished this, I was on holiday on the beach and I went straight away and got myself a Valaris tattoo. Like, who does that? Me. I've never done that in my life. I've never been so hyperfixated on something that I've had to go get a tattoo about it 2 hours later. But for this book I did. For Rhys I did. Of course, because it's Rhys. It's Rhysand. Can't even talk about it without getting flustered. He's my favourite character ever, actually. This is the highest rated on my TBR for the best reason ever. Like, I know why people have rated this the highest. I do, because it's incredible. I gave A Court of Thorns and Roses 4 stars. This one's a 6-star read for me. I don't know if you can see, I've still got about this much that I need to finish. About this much I need to finish tabbing. Obviously I finished the book, but I don't know if you can see, probably not because of the glare, but I have tabbed this book to absolute no end. Well, apart from that big section there when I didn't have my tabs on me, but I need to finish tabbing. I've still underlined all of this throughout here, but I just couldn't be bothered to tab. So I need to actually put my tabs in this book, but it's rated on my TBR, and for such a good reason. This is such an incredible book, and I cannot wait to get onto A Court of War and Ruin. That's not even what it's called. A Court of Wings and Ruins, because I was thinking of Aquawar. I can't wait to get onto A Court of Wings and Ruin, and I really, really hope that we get so much more of Rhys, because the ending of this book isn't giving Rhys. If you know, you know. I've talked about this book, obviously, so I won't talk about it much more, but this was the lowest rated on my TBR, and again, for a good reason. I feel awful when it's an author's debut novel and it's not got many reviews, but I can't lie and say it was a good book when it simply wasn't. Like I said, I won't talk about it for too long because I've already talked about it, but this is a book that I simply would not recommend, would never read again. Probably after this video going to send it to the charity shop. I'm so sorry, I feel so awful because I was also sent this by Avon, the publisher, but I just didn't like it at all. But it's fine because I read this straight after and I absolutely loved it. These were the books I read in today's video. If you have any other video ideas, please drop them in the comments below. If you want me to film this video again, now that I'll have different books on my TBR, then please let me know, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.